Hi there, Camp Gareth here with a review of the Xiaomi Yeelight MiJia IR night lamp. I've heard this thing called a lot of different terms, but what it is basically a very small nightlight that is motion activated, battery powered, and yeah, that's about it. It can light up areas that maybe don't get accessed often, or maybe don't need much light when they do get accessed. In my case, I'm using it for 2 bathrooms that are pitch black without any lighting, but I've got some pretty strong lights in there, so they tend to blind me when I go in during the night. It'd be great to just have like some very basic lighting, which these will do. They're under the Yeelight brand, but like, as far as I know, Yeelight don't make a big fuss of them. The specs on the back, let's see if you can read that, but 5 volts, 1/4 of a watt, temperature range -10 to +40 degrees Celsius, works from 0% to 85% humidity, and everything else is in Chinese, so I can't read it, but yeah. Let's get this open. This is where I should... Oh, to hell with the box. I've already got 2 others, so screw it. There we go. That's an easy way of doing things. We have one instruction manual on top with the Yeelight logo on it, and all of that is just Chinese text. I have not the slightest clue what it says. Although it does seem to say the PCB has lead in it, everything else is fine. This side is the side that we care about. Instructions for use. It is a light. It has a lighty bit, a hooky bit, a disky bit, which I'll show you because it's neat, a switch, and micro USB for recharging. The switch has many modes: on, auto, and off. Yeah, no shit. The light itself has a little disc thing on the back and a hook. And it senses best in a small range in front of it, but also covers a wide area. Let's dig a little further in and find the light itself. Well, hey, in a small plastic bag. If we just undo that, we have one light. So yeah, front of the light has the PIR sensor and the light emitting surface, which is matte. We have a switch up here for off, auto, and on, set by default to off. We have a little bit of information on the back saying Yeelight, a model number, and that it takes 5 volts. We have a We have a fold-out hook, so you can hang this on, well, whatever really, which is, it's a nice little touch, I think. Like, they try to keep this versatile. It also can spin to any position and just tucks away when not in use. We also have this little disc on the back, which is the really neat thing. As far as I can tell, this is a sticky pad on here. It's covered with a small sheet of plastic, but there's also a little space for your finger to get in underneath it, and you can flip that up, and it's just a magnetic. Well, this disc is just metal with the sticky bit on it, but the Yeelight itself has a magnet, so it just snaps back into position. That means you can stick this onto a wall and then get it down when you need to charge it. Pretty neat. Speaking of charging, takes a micro USB port, well, it takes micro USB input, so 5 volts, some milliamps. I'm going to leave the light alone for a moment and finish up with the box. In here we've also got an extremely short USB to micro USB port, which, well, yeah, it's tiny, but you're only going to use this for charging the device once every few months apparently, so I'm not too fussed. Right, let's cover the light itself. This is it off. This is it on auto setting, which is like a fairly low brightness. I'm struggling to... Yeah, there we go. It's a low brightness, but in a darkened room it seems pretty useful. I've already found out it'll light up my ensuite and the main bathroom, in fact, on this auto/low setting. You can also set it to on, which is full brightness, and it's slightly better for reading then, but it's still not great. I think this is best as just a night light. Anyway, and if I set it to auto, and then just leave it for a little while. Shh, no human motion around here. Shh, be very quiet. We're hunting night lights. Okay, I may be moving too much for it to turn off. Oh no, there we go. So it's turned off. Interestingly, this thing will still activate in bright lighting conditions. I tell a lie, it won't. It won't activate under bright light because it's a night light. That makes sense. So yeah, I mean, the sensor should definitely pick that up and it won't trigger unless I switch it to full on. That's fair enough. So the final bit to show in the unboxing, at least, is charging. I've got this charger from Glint. They are like they're trying to make banking gold-based again, and it's kind of an interesting project. I had a chat with the developers, and they're nice. But anyway, I'm going to use their battery pack just to start charging this, and we'll see how it behaves. Small red light appears here. I assume that light changes colour when it's fully charged, but I don't actually know because I haven't let one of these things get to full charge yet. Yeah, okay, that's a brief rundown of the nightlight. I'll be back in part 2 to show you exactly how effective this is. Like, it's already swayed me personally that you could put these in any, say, completely dark environment, like like in my case, my bathrooms, they don't have windows, and that'd be absolutely fine. But like, we should try other environments and do some more empirical testing. All right, I'll see you around, everybody. Thanks for that.